Hello, Mr. Alexis.
Hello, Nyan. How are you? Can you see me?
No.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Let me see what's happened. Oh my gosh. Nyan, can you see me?
No.
Okay, give me 1 second. Maybe my webcam is like.
But I think you don't need to turn on the cam because I think that my internet is bad.
Let me see. Because do you think that my video internet?
Yeah, I think that my internet is bad, so it cannot load.
Okay, let me see. I'll try to check one more time. I cannot see you.
Yeah. Like, you know what? In this floor, so the internet cannot arrive. So I think.
Can you see me now?
Okay. I can.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nyan. So, okay, Nyan, let's get started with our class. We have so many things to cover today in this amazing class as usual. As we talked before, right? In our previous lesson, all right? So yesterday, so do you remember what you and I talked before in our previous lesson?
Before in the previous lesson, so we talked about like I remember a scramble.
In fact, it was about vampires.
Oh,
Okay, give me 1 second real quick. Alian, can you please go get me some water so I don't have to stand up? Elian, can you get me some water? Oh, Elian is there. Elian is going for me. Sorry. All right. Oh, I never knew I could do this. Oh my gosh. I never knew I can change you. I can change your position. Now, can you see me on this side? Okay.
What?
So Yan, we were talking about vampires, right? Vampire stories. What do you know about vampires? Or at least what do you remember about vampires?
It's like, oh my God.
It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. If you do not remember yesterday in our class, we were talking about vampires. Vampires, they were characters created for the stories that were not real, or maybe you know, it was especially more than anything else, a bit of science fiction. The thing is that the creator of certain movies, all right, of certain film, all right, created the story of vampire. Was a person with a physical characteristic, all right? Physical characteristic, okay? Physical characteristic of a human being. They have all of a human being, even their teeth, but they have like long teeth and they suck the blood of human beings. So they pretty much bite people on their necks like this. And once they do that and they suck the blood of a person, they bite. That's pretty much, all right? That is pretty much what it's about vampires, right? So this is what is known for vampires. And the matter is that every time, all right, people remember or recall about vampires. So the first thing that comes to their mind or to their minds is Dracula. Yan, can you hear me? Yan? Yan, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Oh,
Well, now I can
okay.
hear you well now.
Yeah, because I just changed the mic, so it's good. You can hear me now, right?
Okay, now I can hear you very well. So let's continue. Okay, I was gonna say that. So anytime people hears about vampires, so the first thing that comes to their mind is Dracula.
Yeah,
And that was
Dracula.
an amazing story we discussed yesterday in our class. So I also told you to read about a story. Now I'm going to share my screen to, let me see, give me a second, to refresh the previous lesson, pretty much. Let's review the previous lesson.
Okay.
Do let, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, amazing. So let me see here. What about now? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm trying just, okay, nice. So that was the previous class. Let's refresh. So in the first thing we did in our previous lesson was to talk about vampires. I introduced the topic. Vampire story was the lesson, the last lesson, all right? So I show you this. So I told you to look at the book, and I also asked you if you knew the authors of this book, of this story, maybe the actors. So we did this exercise. So there in this exercise, we listen and read and choose the best option. Talking about vampires, the vampires return. That was the story. All right, we learned here how this story started about vampires. So we learn what teenagers think about vampires, whether it's real or no, and when the story came from. And what did people do when it comes to vampire, or what people used to do when it comes to vampires. So from this topic, all right, from this topic, I think that it was the one I gave you a homework, all right, to read and analyze literary.
I thought that you told me to check like write the story. Do you remember?
Yeah, to write a story, like to
Yeah,
write a
but
story.
I don't think of any story, so I write just like a blog about the
Okay, no,
Titanic.
that's
Okay.
fine. That's gonna be fine. You went a mile ahead. You went a mile ahead, which means
Okay.
that you've been more. That means that let me see. So it means that you've been more creative than expected, which means I
Yeah,
was.
because
Let me. I can tell you this. I wasn't expecting. I was expecting. I was expecting less, and you give me more. Okay.
okay.
So let me see here. So let's continue. Also, I think we completed this exercise with the question words. How many, what, when, which, who, and why. We covered that part. We did this exercise, right?
Right. Yes.
And also this one. This one, right?
Yes. 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 We did this.
Then, so today, let me see, let me go. We have this lesson. Let me just go back. So I'm gonna go back to your homework. Let me see, here it is. Here it is. Oh, what's happening with Zalo? Okay, here is your homework.
I cannot see it. Can you reshare?
Can you see it?
No. Can you reshare? Oh no, I don't need. I can open in my computer. Okay, I can see it, and you don't need to reshare. I can see it in my computer, in my
Okay.
Zalo app. Okay.
Okay, look at this. What about now?
Still no, but you don't need it. I can open it in my own computer. Like I can open in my Zalo.
Okay, so here's the homework. Let me see what you have for me. I want to listen
Okay.
to your voice. Let's go ahead.
Okay. More than open legends. Titanic. In 1909, a ship project called RMS Titanic. RMS means Royal Mail Ship was building. The ship needed 3 years to build. In 1912, it was completed with the ambition to dominate the cross-Atlantic sea route of its owner, the White Star Line Company. In 1912 and 12, Titanic is the biggest, most modern, and most luxurious ships at that time. At that time, the name the unsinkable ship. However, during the first round of Atlantic Ocean, and also it last in April 1912, Titanic was impressed by crashing into an iceberg, causing more than 1,500 people to die. This ship has gone to the history as the most serious maritime accident in peacetime. That city, the Titanic disaster has been the topic for a series of surveys and litigations and thrilling hypotheses and led of two major changes in international maritime safety regulations. Titanic also became the context
Titanic.
and the top. What? Hello. Hello.
Yes.
And Titanic also became the context and the topic for many literary works, paintings, and cinema. By Hoàng Nhân. That's my name. Okay.
Okay, and it is written by
Hoàng Nhân Thu.
Wang Yang, right?
Okay.
Okay, very good story. I see the caption over here. I can see the statics over here. I can see the statistics. I can see the caption. I can see the, let me see what else. The grammar in context. I can see there a very interesting topic. You did it very well. I think you caught the main idea of what I wanted to transmit there for you. You did it very well, and my congratulations to you, Yan. Keep on like that. And I think you will be doing a great job.
Okay.
If you keep like this. So proud of you due to the fact that it was very well designed. So let's continue with the lesson and our new topic, right? So this is our new class, lesson 10F, everyday English, arranging to meet.
Wait, can you reshare? Can you reshare? Cannot see it. I still can see it. 10E.
Okay, give me 1 second. What about now? Can you see?
Wait. Still, no, not yet, not yet.
Not yet? Let me see. Can you see it now? What about now? Can you see it?
Wait, can you give me a second?
Absolutely. Take your time. No problem.
I'm still there. I'm back. No.
Pero no se le da la habilidad.
Hello.
Hello, Yan, are you there? Could you solve the
Yes,
problem?
I'm still. Okay, I can see the presentation now. Everyday English arranged
Everyday English.
into
This
me.
is what we are going to be talking about. Everyday English. All right. This is our topic. So arranging to meet. All right. So let's get started with this part of the lesson, as we already covered the homework and their review. Okay, so this is what we are gonna do here. So you and I, we're gonna read, we are going to read and listen to the dialogue, and then I will ask you a question, and let's see what's happening, all right? So look at here. So listen carefully to the dialogue, and after that, we're going to practice this dialogue. Just listen carefully.
Lesson 10F, Exercise 1.
Hi, Jack. It's Sophie. Are you in town?
Yes, I am. I'm at the shopping centre.
Great. Do you fancy meeting up?
Yes, okay. What do you want to do?
I'd like to see the new Ben Stiller film.
Okay. Why don't
Hello.
Hello, Nyan, are you there?
What just happened?
I have no idea. It says that your internet was cut you out. You know what I mean?
we have something to eat first?
Okay, let me go backwards. So, okay, I'm gonna replay the audio again. Just do let me know once you're ready. Are you there?
Yes.
I can hear you
Another
well.
device. Oh my God, it just happened. I think that my laptop is out of battery, so disconnect. I need to change to the phone.
Okay, try to do it. Try to do it at ASAP. Just let me know once you're ready.
Okay.
All right. But try to do it ASAP.
Ready?
Ready?
Another device. Yes.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay, perfect. So this is what we are going to do. Let me give you the instructions one more time. Okay, so we are going to read and listen to the dialogue. Read, write, and listen. All right, active listening. So then once we read and listen, because now I'm going to replay the audio one more time. So we are going to, even it does not state that we're going to do it, but in fact, we are going to do it because I really want to practice this intonation and the way how we native speakers pronounce the language.
Okay.
Listen carefully.
Lesson 10F, Exercise 1.
Hi, Jack. It's Sophie. Are you in town?
Yes, I am. I'm at the shopping centre.
Great. Do you fancy meeting up?
Yes, okay. What do you want to do?
I'd like to see the new Ben Stiller film.
Okay. Why don't we have something to eat first?
I'd rather see the film first, if that's okay. It starts in 40 minutes.
Fine. Where do you want to meet?
Shall we meet by the bus stop?
Good idea. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay, great. See you later.
Why don't we go for a pizza after the film?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So now, okay. So Nyan, now let's go to the next round. You and I, do you want to be Sophie or do you want to be Jack?
Jack.
You want to be Jack. I'll be Sophie. Hi, Jack. It's Sophie. Are you in town?
Yes, I am. I'm at the shopping center.
Great. Do you fancy meeting up?
Yes, okay. What do you want to do?
I'd like to see the new Ben Stiller film.
Okay, why don't we have something to eat first?
I'd rather see the film first, if that's okay. Oh, is that okay? If it starts in 40 minutes,
Fine. Where do you want to meet?
shall we meet by the bus stop?
Good idea. I will be there in 15 minutes.
Oh, great. See you later.
Sure. Wait. See you. Why don't we go for pizza after the film?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Do you want us to switch our roles?
Okay.
Do you want to be
Yes.
Sophie now and do you want me to be Jack?
Okay.
Okay, open up.
Hi, Jack. It's Sophie. Are you in town?
Yes, I am. I am at the shopping center.
Great. Do you fancy meeting up?
Yes, okay. What do you want to do?
I'd like to see the new Penn Stiller film.
Okay, why don't we have something to eat first?
I'd rather see the film first, if that's okay. It starts in 40 minutes.
Fine. Where do you want to meet?
Shall we meet by the bus stop?
Good idea. I'll be there in 50 minutes.
Okay, great. See you later.
Why don't we go for a pizza after the film?
Sure, why not?
And why don't we go for a pizza after teacher Alexa's class?
No, it's not.
Don't you like pizza?
Yes, but just cheese.
We
Pizza
just
with
have, we just have a pizza, a couple of minutes ago. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking you. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's see what's happened in this conversation.
So we want Jack to went to see the new Ben Stiller film with her.
Okay, good job. So when and where Jack and Sophie going to meet?
Bus stop.
Okay,
Bus
and when?
when
And where? Okay, you say the bus stop, but where?
15 minutes. Bus stop is where and when is 15 minutes.
Yeah, when? Okay, 15 minutes. That sounds good to me. Great job. So let's go one. Let's go to exercise number 2. Right here, right here. So exercise number 2, which is a speaking exercise. So what we're gonna do here, we are going to practice reading the dialogue, changing the words in blue. And I want you to use your own ideas, meaning that in this test that you have here, what you're going to do is to substitute, all right, these words, and you're going to use your own and personal ideas, all right, to connect with the context of the text. It's going to help you brainstorming and being more creative and think less when speaking English, all right? So here, do you think you will need some time to organize your ideas, or you can do this all at once? What's your opinion?
It's okay. I can. Let me see. When meeting up, do you fancy meeting up? Do you fancy?
Okay.
And answer is great. Yes, okay. The answer is yes, okay. And number 2, shall we meet by the bus stop? Good idea. It's good idea. Why don't we go for a pizza?
Okay. Okay, let me
After the
see. Why don't
so
we
what?
go? But you can substitute pizza for some other tin. Like, why don't we go for maybe? I'm gonna give you an example. For example, that's just an example. Hey, teacher Alexis, why don't we go for a sandwich? Something like that, you know. I'm just trying to be creative, all right? You can use anything you want, all right? It's up to you. But like, you know, like bringing new things, all right, in the context of a conversation and more vocabulary. The reason why is because probably not now, but for the next test, for the next evaluation, I may give you to substitute information, and the intention of this kind of exercise is for you to improve your critical thinking and your vocabulary acquisition. All right, the acquisition of vocabulary to see how rich is your vocabulary, how good you think, how fast you think. And do you understand my point?
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue with exercise number 3. All right, in the exercise number 3, so here we have to do the following. You're going to find 3 different ways of making a suggestion in the dialogue. So, you know, the first part of the dialogue was to substitute, to replace, all right, the information in blue letters. For example, like, why don't we go for a pizza? Why don't we go for a sandwich after the film?
Okay.
And then you substitute information using a new vocabulary that you've learned before. So here in number 3, so we are going to find 3 different ways of making suggestions in the dialogue in exercise number 1. All right?
Okay.
And 3 different ways of responding, then complete from 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Here it is. Number 1.
Do you want to meeting up?
Okay. Next one.
1. Shall we meet? No. Can we meet by the bus stop?
Can we meet by the bus stop? Okay, yeah, that's valid.
Number 3 is do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you want to go for a pizza after the film?
Do you want to go for a pizza after the film? See? Yeah, that sounds good. Do you want to go after the pizza after the film? Or do you want to go for pizza after the film? That is gonna be more accurate.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Exercise number 4. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
Hello.
Can you see it? Oh, what's happened? Okay, that's fine. Can you see it, Nyan? Exercise number 4 is that a speaking strategy.
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay, look at this. So this is the now what I want you to do is to help me reading the speaking strategy, and I want you to answer who suggests an alternative in the dialogue in exercise number 1. What phrase is used? So let's just start first with this. A speaking strategy. When negotiated, listen carefully. when negotiating, you will need to come up with an alternate or alternative solution, right? You will need to come up with an alternative solutions, right? So you can use one of the following. So let's see here. So the first one, what is the first one?
I prefer to.
Okay. I prefer. So
I'd rather.
yeah, I'd rather. And what is the other one?
Why don't we something and instead?
Okay, for example, why don't we go to the cinema? For example, oh, I'm bored. Why don't we go to the cinema and we have a nice time, a good moment? That, for example, is just like something that we see very common in the context of a conversation. I prefer to. I prefer not to say it. Okay, I rather buy this one because I like it. Why don't you have, or why don't we have a good time? You can take this one instead. So those are speaking strategy phrases that we commonly use in the context of our conversations. All right. And imagine if in the context of a conversation, you come across another native speaker and that is using all that in the context of a conversation and you do not manage to understand that, then if you cannot understand it, then you're gonna be left behind. You got my point?
Yes.
So just keep this in mind. So those are small details, all right? Let's continue.
Okay.
Exercise number 5. So let's take a return, all right, to be A and B. So we already did so in the exercise 3 and 4. So look at this. How would you suggest an activity below? How would you do that?
You can ask the question.
Okay, you ask a question. And how would you ask this question?
Use the phrase and use the phrase of the question mixed with the action you want to do.
Okay. So second question. How do you suggest an alternative activity? How do you suggest, or how do you do that? How do you suggest an alternative activity?
How do you suggest an alternative activity?
Yeah.
We use the phrase where can you go back to the speaking strategy?
Okay, let me go backwards. How do you
Okay, so we use the phrase why don't we something instead of something?
Okay, why don't we go to the supermarket? Why don't we go to the cinema? Why don't we go to the English class? Why don't we go to the whole world? For example, why don't we go to Elian to speak in English with him because he's not paying attention? For example, that could be a valid one. Just an example. So let's see the next one. How do we accept the students' right suggestions or somebody else's suggestion? I'm not going to say students, somebody else's suggestions.
We can answer. So we say yes or no. Like
Okay, with an affirmation. Okay, so look at this. So there we have some vocabulary. So hobbies and interests. So we have go for a bike or go for a bike ride, watch a DVD, listen to music, go shopping, play basketball, have lunch, watch TV, and play computer games.
So wait.
Okay, here, this is what I want you to do. You're gonna take like patterns from the previous exercise. So I want you to make some suggestions, activity with
Okay.
some of these words. So I want you to suggest alternative activities, all right, with words of this. And also I want you to accept invitation suggestions with these words. Let me see what you do. I'll give you, let me see, 3 minutes for this exercise to finish.
So wait. So first.
Okay, which one do you think is corresponding to a suggestion?
Well, first I would take the watch TV. Okay. I will say that. Would you like to watch a TV? Would
Okay.
you like to watch TV with me? And I will
Okay.
answer, yes, sure. Is it?
Okay. So next one, letter B. Suggest an alternative activity. That's it.
Why don't we go for a bike ride instead of watch TV?
Okay, amazing. And how do you accept a student's suggestions?
Sure. We can say sure.
Okay. So look at there. So would you do that with one of these words? The vocabulary that is below where it says hobbies and interests. Are you able to pick up one of these words?
Sure. Let's go for a bike ride with me in 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
Okay, let me see. So what about making a suggestions with this one? Go for a bike ride. Can you like that?
Do you want to go for a bike ride with me?
Okay, great job. So let's continue, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the next exercise, exercise number 6. Okay, so I want you to listen to the conversation between Lisa and Gary. And then after that, I want you to choose the correct answer. So listen carefully, right? To let me know if you can listen well.
Okay.
Lesson 10F.
Okay.
Exercises 6 and 7.
You're gonna do exercise 6.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Where are you?
I'm at the entertainment store in town. What about you?
I'm just getting off the bus next to the park. The entertainment store is near the park, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just next to it.
Why don't we meet in the park? It's a beautiful day. We can have a picnic.
Have you got any food with you?
No, but I've got some money. And I'm standing right outside a supermarket.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you fancy coming to the park for a picnic?
I'd prefer to finish my shopping first. I need to buy a present for my brother.
What are you going to get him?
A computer game, probably. If I can find a good one that he hasn't got.
Well, why don't we meet in the entertainment store instead? I could help you find a present. And I want to buy the new Shakira CD anyway.
Great, thanks.
And then shall we have a picnic in the park?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now let's see, all right, the exercise. Let's complete this. As
Okay,
you
so
the conversation, all right, I want you to tell me,
yes,
choose the correct answer. Number one, Lisa and Gary are both A, in an entertainment store, on a bus, or near the park. What is the best answer for you?
near the park. Near the park.
And okay, let's see. Then I'm gonna check up all the answers to see what is it? What is that? What are the answers? Number two,
Okay.
Lisa suggests meeting in the park. A, in the park. B, at the bus stop. C, in the supermarket. What's the best answer?
In the park.
In the park. Number three, Gary will prefer to buy A, some food, B, a present, C, a new Shakira CD.
A present.
Okay. Number four, in the end, they decide to do what Gary wants, what Lisa wants, or what do they both want?
What Gary want? What Gary want?
What Gary wants, all right?
Yeah.
Which two phrases from the strategy box do you hear? Let's go backward. Okay, this exercise number 7. Okay, which two phrases from the strategy box do you hear?
I forgot. I didn't remember. But
Look at the phrases there in the speaking of strategy box, exercise number 4. Which of these phrases would you hear, or have you ever heard them before? Or which are the most common for
most common. I prefer to.
I prefer to. And what other one is more common? So only 2. Tell me only 2. You can leave 2 of them and give me 2 that are the most common.
What? Most common. Why don't we something instead?
Why don't we? For suggestion, and I prefer to. Well, this is according to this page, what people do every day with their language, all right?
Okay.
So there's the answer. So number 1 is C, near the park. Number 2 is A, in the park. Number 3 is B, a present. 4 is what they both want. But always keep this in mind, all right?
Okay.
So in other words, so here is what I have for you as a homework. So, and also as a project. So you're gonna prepare a dialogue following the instructions below. In addition to this, I want you to use phrases from exercise number 3 and 4. So which means the phrases that we cover on the Learn This box, and complete it to me. So I'm gonna be correcting this for the next class. So look at here. So look at here. Give me 1 second. Okay. This is your homework, okay? What you're gonna do. Okay. Okay, I sent you the homework.
Wait, let me see.
I did it through Zalo.
I see it. Wait. I just see the word homework.
Okay, homework, and it also has a picture.
No way. I think it's loading. I don't know.
Okay, what I want to know is if you tell me that it works fine, that it is fine.
No, can you send again the picture? Can you send again the picture?
Okay. Just 1 second. Here it is. Got it?
Yes, I can see it. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. So Nyan, can you that is gonna be your homework. Can you tell me what did we learn today in this class? Yes.
We learn about like we learn about telling people to wanna join with us, right?
Okay.
Join with us in the picnic, or like, how can I say it? Joining the picnic and tell them we can do something more. I don't know how to explain. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
It's just like
it's like using phrases, all right? It's like using phrases in the context of a conversation into your speech. That's the best way to say it. If this is what you're trying to say, is that what you are trying to say?
yeah.
Okay, well then. So thank you so much for being active in the class today. We covered the class of the week. See you in the next week. And I hope
Bye.
I hope you have an excellent rest of the day. See you next class.
See you.
Bye.